Check this out. This is one bold modification to boost his bike's power. This guy actually took a chainsaw used for cutting wood and mounted it on his bicycle as a motor. The idea for this crazy build came about after he got shown up by a friend on the road and realized his bike was way slower. That's when it hit him just how big the speed gap is between a bicycle and an electric one. While taking a break from riding, he spotted a discarded chainsaw nearby. Right then he got the idea to turn it into a bike motor. He decided to just go for it. Back home he flipped the bike over, using a wrench to loosen the screws holding the rear wheel. First he removed the strut connected to the wheel and also took off the kickstand. The moment he cut through the bike chain, the whole back wheel came right off the frame. He then pulled off the fender, and with just the front wheel left, the bike was down to a bare frame. To pull off this transformation from pedal power to motor power, he needed to modify the whole frame to work with the chainsaw motor. The pedal crank had to come off too, so he could set up a new drive system. First up was modifying the rear wheel he'd taken off. He loosened and removed the gear on the axle, then grabbed the chainring to attach to it. He marked the chainring based on the gear's size and used an angle grinder to carefully cut along the outline, making a perfect slot. This let him fit it onto the gear and weld them together into one piece. Then he took this bigger gear made from the chainring and put it back on the rear axle, adjusting it so it would mesh properly. Next he brought out the chainsaw and took off its housing, exposing the motor and chain assembly. He removed the cutting blade and added a cap to the side of the motor to attach a gear for the modification. He put the two parts together first, then welded them onto the motor. With the core part of the power system done, he put the bike's rear seat back on, then reinstalled the modified rear wheel, along with the brake disc and kickstand, back onto the frame. He tightened up all the nuts and checked that the rear wheel spun freely. With that sorted, he flipped the bike right side up. Now he needed to secure the chainsaw onto the seat. He got some steel plates ready to use as brackets connecting the two, so it wouldn't shift or fall off when riding over bumps. After welding on the last extension piece, he slid a bolt through and tightened a nut to firmly mount the chainsaw behind the bike seat. Next, he connected the modified motor to the big gear on the rear wheel using a chain, making sure the drivetrain was smooth and had the right tension. He also swapped out the bike's handlebar grip for a throttle grip by installing a brake assembly over the chainsaw's power switch. He could use the grip to turn the chainsaw on and off as needed. With the chainsaw successfully mounted, the bike didn't need the pedals anymore. He just added 2 foot pegs, and this wildly creative motorized bike was complete. Not only was it way faster, the acceleration off the line could even keep up with a regular e-bike. And the best part, since the power came straight from the chainsaw's high-speed motor, you didn't have to pedal at all. Just a light twist of the grip, and the bike would give you a strong push forward. Sure, this kind of mod isn't exactly safe or legal, and maybe a bit out there, but it really did make the leap from human power to electric power on a shoestring budget. So on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give this guy's creativity?